Okay. So in between here, we are imagining now that in getting the eye drawn, we want to have three equal space. So we are going to have one eye over here. Pretend that another one would fall in between here, and there is the third one here, but we are going to concentrate on these two. So as soon as you have that, do not brighten those lines too much. As soon as you have that, you let me know.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Sunshine, you have that one, my dear?
Yes, I do.
I pass how you see. I know you're always ahead of us. Now the shape of the eye is like that, as I said before, of an what we call almond or almond.
Yes.
So for this one over here, we are going to draw that shape, the shape of the almond. We want to work this thing out. So we are going to give it the shape of that, the shape of the almond, so to speak. So you are going to do one over on that side, and as best as you can, you do the same one over on the left, or my left. I hope it's your left as well. Try not to make it dark. We don't think of detail as yet. As soon as you have that, you let me know.
Got it.
You have that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sunshine, how are you?
Yes, I'm ready. Here, last minute to second one.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay. Now, right here in this corner here, you see, where when you wake in the morning is like a catchment where there's a collection of what we call matter in the eye.
Okay.
Yes. What we are going to do is that we are going to make a little adjustment. I want to see you to see how it is done first. That is why I think here. So I'm going to make a little rub. Watch what I'm doing first, just a little. So I'm going to do something that looks like this. So there's a little almost like a little catchment area, and we are going to make the same thing on the opposite side. So right here you do it like this. On the opposite side you are going to make the same thing. So it's like a little catchment area, just a little edge there, and you bring this and turn it. It's almost like a little nickel. It seems insignificant but very important. So on both sides you do the same thing. When you have done that, you let me know.
Earth.
Okay.
Where?
Alright. Now the next thing we are going to aim for is this part of the eye. This dark area. We are going to put it more right in the center, but in terms of the space, the white space that will remain, notice what I'm doing in terms of the white space that will remain. I'm going to be doing that on this side, so it's almost like a 2/3 of the eye goes under the eyelid at the top. We try to make sure like it's about the same space and same size. Same space and same size, and you kind of try to balance it. So you can make slight adjustment even if you have more than one line. Nothing is wrong with that. By making your adjustment, just don't darken the line too much. Don't darken the line, so you can always adjust, just like I'm doing. So we don't rub out anything. We just keep what is there. No rubbing of any sort. And I think I can make a little adjustment to this one over here. Like I could bring this over a little bit based on what is happening there, and then make my adjustment. So even if you make a major adjustment like what I'm doing here, you can do that. If you want, if it's as major as mine, you can do some rubbing. But if it's not nothing major, you don't have to be rubbing out all the time. You just keep it. If it's just almost the same place where you make the change, then you can just keep it.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next thing we are going to do now, having done that, and remember that adjustment, after you make a look and think, adjustment can be made any time to suit what you want. Alright, now the eye is something that is always like reflecting. It's not totally dark. There's always it's like it's a reflector, so it will always pick up elements around. So if you walk up to somebody, you'll find that the eye is almost like a mirror. You will see reflection of the person, or anything that is close by in the eyes. Especially in the dark, well, it's always going to be in that dark area of the
Yeah,
eye.
I need to look at my eyes more.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always going to be picking up reflections of whatever is around it. So how do we create this field? We want to create the field of that reflection. So what we do, watch me carefully, is that we sometimes do like a white area. Either it can be circular or it can look like something like this. So I'm going to do one that is a bit tall and one that is a little bit short, and I imagine that these, so you do a tall one and a short one, like a bend, and it takes the shape of the eye. It takes the same shape. So if the eye is turning that way, so it's like a rectangular shape, but curved to the curvature of the eye. One of them short and one tall. It is saying to me when I do that, it's like there is light somewhere, and it's picking up in the eye at that point. And we do the same thing for over on this side. So whatever that strong source of light is, and yours don't have to be the same dead thing like mine, just something similar to what I'm doing. And notice already, even already, that you are seeing like something happen, like a reflection already, although we just did that.
Mm.
Soon as you are finished with that, you can let me know.
I have mine backwards.
Alright.
Let's go this way. Oh, done the same hand. So they're looking in the same direction, Professor.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay. Finish that one.
Yes.
Sunshine, how about you?
Thank you. Yes, we're done.
Okay. Sunshine.
Yes, okay.
Alright. Now right behind that we are going to do a round circle, which is the pupil. And it must seem to be behind in the dead center. So it's like a circle dead center behind. It's like a circle, a dead center, but it's behind. And it will appear to be like that. So that's the part that admits light. And the same thing over on this
Yes. Oh, man. I got it. They can't beat me.
very interesting, very interesting, eh?
Yes, it's like my feet. Hmm.
So if we can make it the same size, even if it's a little bit off and not the same size, you are going to get the same effect. Only that one of the eye might appear smaller than the next, but that's fine. So that's a part of it now. No. When you have that, you let me know.
Oh no, man.
This one hard, Professor. This one hard.
It's a bit hard. You can work it out. You can work it out. You understand the maths of it though. You're drawing you can draw the circle right through the two thing, just to get the circle, but you'd have to rub it out afterwards. Because what you want is that you want the rectangular white areas that are drew to appear to be in front of it.
This is brilliant. Nothing. This man made this.
It must appear to be in front of it for it to work.
Man, oh man. This is brilliant. Amazing.
So once you have it before it, you're good, Sister Grace. So it's a circle, a dark circle, but it's behind the little white area to the center. So if you miss the rectangle, that's fine. If you miss it, Sister Grace, it's fine still.
Yes.
But it must be in the center. So if you miss it, if you miss one of them, that's alright. Don't try not to miss the two. So Pastor, since you are ahead, I'm going to think there what you are going to do, and Sunshine seems to be ahead. This one is not going to be hard, because what you are going to do, if you are a person that is if alright, I'm going to say if you're white, then your eyes are going to be light and it will look like this. If you are a white person, you will see your pupil like bam. It now got eye, because people who are white their eye they don't have dark eyes. So you will see that little area looking like that staring back at you. So we're going to do this first, but then I'm going to show you a little trick that we are going to do. So if you are light white, your pupil, that dark part, will not be as dark, so it will appear to be about this tone. So it's not so, but if you are a darker person, then it is going to look darker and your pupil will not be seen as much. Now you have the dilation of the pupil. The pupil will open wide depending on whether or not you are surprised or you are frightened. If you are relaxed, the more relaxed you are, is the smaller the pupil. But I want to show you a little trick with the eyes. But I'm going to come back to that. Sister, you reach where we are yet, Sister Gray?
I'll be there in a few.
Alright, you want me to do a magnified version of it and quickly run through it again with you?
I'm coming. I'm just doing the coloring in the eye now.
Okay.
So there's a clearing in there.
Yeah, that's how it is, when you're drawing, you talk to yourself, only that when I'm drawing, I talk to myself in my mind. But that is how you do it. It's not that you're mad or anything. You are quite fine. But you kind of work, so it's part of you're a math person, so it's maths,
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We are talking about proportion, we are talking about symmetry, we are talking about balance, we are talking about all of these things that are mathematical in nature. Alright, when you're ready for me, you tell me. When you're ready for me, you tell me. Ready?
Almost.
So this is like surgery we're doing here now. We are getting
Yes,
surgical.
this more than surgery. Look at mine, Robert. Mine can look like yours.
So that is one. All right. So don't worry yourself because you will have this to look back at again and see where you went off. So what you were doing, Sister Ray, was that this little dark part, this part that you have here,
Yes.
this is your eyelid, and you drew the shape. You got the shape right. All right.
Yes.
What you could do then, Sister Gray, was to draw the little ball in the middle like this. This is another way to do the math. So if you draw it like this first, without darkening it, then you go like this and draw the other two pieces that you were trying to draw.
Okay.
And then you draw the other one like this that you were trying to draw. And then you put it into the dark part. It's the same concept. So you could do it that way, so that it works out a little bit better for you. I could have done it that way, but wasn't thinking about it. But it can be done that way as well. So you do it that way, and it's the same thing. Alright. Can I move? I can move?
Yeah.
Alright. So what we are going to do now, there is the ball of the eye. That's the white part of the eye, which is like a ball. And you are going to kind of put that one in. So it's like the ball of the eye, like that. One over there, one over here. And you do the same thing here. The ball of the eye. Don't darken it too much. When you have that, you let me know.
Okay.
Alright. Now we are going to do something that there is the lid of the eye. Ignore that you have done the ball. There is the lid of the eye. You have the bottom one and you have the top one. And we are going to form the lid of the eye by doing this sunshine. Right here, we are going to form the lid of the eye. So right here, and it's narrow, you don't have to fatten it too much. That's the inside lid. When we reach around here, we are going to do this. So you have the bottom lid. So it looks like from right here going darkness some more, and it come where it hits on the eyeball that you just put, and then it comes around here, and you are doing the same thing over on this side, the eyelid. So here now it can look a little bit darker, you understand? For this exercise, it can look a little bit darker for this exercise. So it looks like that. So we're working out how this eye stays. So it has a lid, like a pot cover lid. You have the eyelid. So when people are finger, they draw, they leave out the eyelid, but we have eyelid, pot cover lid, eyelid. So that's the the one at the bottom. And you don't have to try to do it too perfect. Just the shape of that lid. It's kind of wider in the corner, but when it comes out here, it's a little bit narrow towards the center of the eye out here. Then it gets a little bit wider again in the corner here. So in both corners here and here, it's a little bit wider. Once it reaches to the center of the eye, it gets a little bit narrow. So in both corners, it's a little bit wider.
Wow. That's a perfect height up there.
Alright, the next thing we are going to do, now the top lid is a little bit funny, because the eyebrow is, so we are going to darken the underside, and you will see why. We are going to darken the underside because that's where the eyelashes are, and that's one of the reasons why it has that kind of darkness. So we darken it a little bit because the eyelashes, you see like how people draw the eyelash and draw something look like nail come out. What we are doing is darkening it. So it's going to be a little bit darker. With a drawing pencil, you widen towards where it is closer. At the side here it's a little bit wider. At the top it's a little bit narrow. So the widest part is to the outer extreme, outer part of the eyes, out here and out here. It's a little bit wider. So you can widen it like that, and it's wider here but not as wide. Come round to where you have the matter corner, looking like that. It will not be as wide as over here. And you come and do the same thing over on this side. Don't draw a line, just kind of rub your pencil. You don't have to draw like a line, just rub the pencil. So in other words, don't try to draw a line. We are darkening that, but we're not drawing a line. Then it's a bit wider on the outer corner over on the right as well as over on the left. When you have done that, you let me know. Finito?
I'm sweating tonight.
Working.
I am working, sis.
You think well, Sister Gray?
Yes. But if this is the only thing that we'll do this evening, that's it. But that will be fine.
So that your brother gonna eat the bread. Sister Gray is alright. Where is Sister Gray?
And you don't have to get it exact. Once you get it like that, wider at the both ends and a little bit narrow to the center. have that. We only have 15 minutes to go.
It's very intricate.
And one of the things that you want to do is to just to understand what you're doing. So that's more important, even if you don't get it exactly, but you understand. So you can try it the next time.
What?
That one is making a sweat, Sister Gray.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yourself is a good. You're working, man. You're working. Sunshine and not hearing at all.
This one got me, Professor.
Alright, you will have the video to look back on and to see where you would have seen here.
This is what I got, sir. Look at mine.
I'm not seeing now. I have to stop sharing in order to see you.
Yeah.
Alright, let me.
Okay. I'll leave it till later.
Okay. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do, we want to darken the eyes just a little bit to create some. Watch me now, watch this one before you do anything. I'm just darkening the eyes a little bit, and I'm not going to darken every single where. So fast, if you're watching me, look like you're drawing enough. Watch me first. I'm darkening my eyes just a little bit more. Notice the direction in which I shade. And I'm going to leave some areas not as light. I have my 6B pencil that I'm drawing with. It's kind of important when I say the 6B because it gives it a nice tone. And I am actually darkening some of the areas. So the eyes are going to be a little bit more what you call real because I'm doing this. So up at the top, I give it a little bit darker, but when I come down closer to here, I kind of fade it a little bit so I don't make it as dark. So it doesn't give me a flat value. I don't want it to be shaded to look, everything looking the same dark. So I change the values. You remember we were talking about tone? I change the values in the eye so as to give it a more realistic look. If you darken everything and it doesn't have a value, this is not going to give you the impression that it is shiny. So that's why I change the values in the eye. So it will now give me the impression that it is looking like a glass. Rather than if you shaded everything one tone, it will just look flat and will not give you that impression. So even if it's not like mine, the idea is that you don't want it to look all the same in terms of the darkness of it, and that you will get it to look like that over on that side. And I come over this side, I darken up here closer to the top of the eyelid. That's the part I make a little bit darker. In coming down, I kind of leave it a little bit light in some areas. I skip here and darken it here some more. But this nice 6B pencil that I have will give me a shading or a toning that will help to create the effect. So the person with drawing pencil 6B or 2B or 4B will get a better kind of result than if you have the ordinary pencil. However, you can get it with the ordinary pencil. So that's not an excuse really. So this is the end result of trying to get the eyes to look a bit realistic. All right. Okay, then I want you to put on the eyelid at the top. And closer here on the inside, it's closer, wide, closer on the inside, wider on the outside. And the bottom eyelid is the same thing, a little bit closer on the inside. But notice how I'm doing this one now, and on this side it's like that, closer here and wider. And right here at the corner, we'll carry this part down a little. So we extend here just a little. And here is where we are going to end, because we are going to continue with this. I will look at what you have, I will make an assessment of it, and we can continue. So that this first exercise that you did, you might not have worked out everything, but you might have worked out some things. We can go back and look on the video and see if we can make some adjustments. So we will make the adjustment, the necessary adjustments I can make with you over time, but we will continue this exercise. We will process what we have and then see where we need to make the adjustments. So that's where we'll stop for this evening, and I hope I didn't traumatize anybody. But I promise you that we are going to get it, because what I see is that I can work with one eye. Probably I should have worked with one. So I see where we are and then make the necessary adjustment accordingly. But thank you very much. The video is here. We can watch it again. I'll put it to you. You can look at it, subscribe and like, and we will do our assessment. But I am telling you that by the end of December you will get this way before in another session. So I look at what you have and then we'll make our assessment and move forward. Thank you very much.